Welcome to Open Mercedes. My name is Mike Virtio, and I just want to tell you about the newly redesigned Mercedes GLE 350. It replaces the ML series, which lasts actually for over 20 years. It actually retains its title as the Institute of Highway Traffic and Safety, safest SUV on the road right now. Quick things I want to point out on the front end of the car. So Mercedes, we have what's called the Collision Prevention Assist System. So what it does, it actually uses the sensors and radars that are located right above the rear view mirror. So in the event you don't realize the person in front of you jams on the brakes, this vehicle will actually stop itself from 40 miles per hour to 0. Now the other technology that's actually out on the marketplace uses Mercedes Benz older technology. So it's always safety first when it's here. Let me just pop to it just to show you some things underneath. So underneath the hood of the Mercedes, what's actually pretty cool because we actually have over 100,000 safety patents, is one is called the submarining effect. So in the event of an accident, our engine actually is made to collapse from the transmission and go underneath the vehicle. Also underneath the hood, I like to point out that our ABS brake system is actually top in the market because that is also one of our patents. This one pulses 32 times per second to bring you to a quicker stop. We'll even dry off your brake pads in the event of it raining. We'll have a hold assist so the car won't roll backwards, as well as a hold assist if you're in heavy traffic. Now Mercedes, we actually invented the crumple zones. So in the front of the car, you see the deformation points, as well as the submarining effect, which I mentioned before. It's made to have a 1-2-1 construction. So they're actually made that the front end of a severe accident will actually say go away, but the middle part where the cabin is will actually stay structurally intact. Now when I close the hood here, you're going to notice Mercedes 3 patented design. So we have 3 different latches here. So in the event actually of a side impact, the hood's not going to defer or actually jar it. Also something else I'd like to point out, the headlights that are actually in the Mercedes, our plastic is actually the same that's used in motorcycle helmets and also on airplanes. So this won't crack, shatter, or fade like we used to in the past. Let's make our way down the side of the car. Mercedes, we actually use the thickest steel in the business. So I'm a pretty heavy guy. So right here, you can put all your weight on a Mercedes Benz door. It will not flex like the other cars that are in the luxury class would flex. I also wanted to point out our handle system. Now Mercedes, again, is safety first. So our handles are actually made of a carbon composite, which takes over 5,000 pounds of pressure to actually then buckle them in. So in the event of an accident, you're still going to be able to open the door with the Mercedes. I also like to point out that our A-pillar is actually made to hold up 2.5 times its own body weight. So in the event of a rollover, the Mercedes-Benz actually maintain rigidity completely upside down. Now that actually changed the market. So in 2020, all vehicles made are going to have to actually have that technology inside of them. Well, if you want us to come around here, I just want to point out here that our hinge system will actually hold up the entire weight of the vehicle. So in the event of, say a complete rescue, you'll be able to hook onto this car and keep it upright for that time being. Now I just want you to focus here on the B-pillar of the Mercedes. Because when you open up the door, and you start pushing on the door, this B-pillar will not flex. The other cars in the class will actually show signs of flexing at the top and on the mid-port. Again, Mercedes is keen on safety, which is the reason why we actually have a 5-star top of the class crash test rating for the side. As I close the door here, just wanted to point out, we have a full curtain airbag, which drops down from the glass to the bottom. And we have a side airbag, which actually come out of the seat bolster for front and rear seat occupants, as well as dual stage airbags in the front, and also in the bottom, the bottom of the footwells. All right, so I just want to point out another thing on the side profile of the car, is that where our gas cap is, it's fully lockable, so you don't have to be, say, reaching down to unlock the gas cap. But something that's cool here is our QR code. So our QR code is actually revolutionary in the marketplace. So they have it, so when a rescue worker comes up to the vehicle, they'll be able to actually quickly scan this and see where the easiest parts are to actually, say, cut the vehicle open, or actually to deflate the airbags, or if it was a hybrid, they would actually know where those lines are. So this here actually came out 2 years back, and it actually goes all the way back to the 80s. So depending which vehicle you have or you're using, be just as safe with Mercedes Benz. On the rear end of the car, I just wanted to point out some pretty cool things that are with Mercedes now. One here is right here is actually an accessory fog light. So the event of a heavy snowstorm, a fog storm, or a heavy rain, this light here is made so the people behind you driving would actually pick it up 1/10 of a second quicker, which equals actually about 8 feet of stopping distance, which could mean the event of a rear end accident or you returning home safely. Another thing, which now is standard with the vehicle, is your exhaust ports that are located now inside the bumper well. Previously, you would have to get the sports package for that. Now Mercedes Benz puts it standard with all the vehicles.